Of NASA, I was able to meet a NASA legend yesterday. This was great. I emceed a luncheon here. That's with the Apollo flight director Gene Kranz. You see Mayor Sylvester Turner. He was there to give Kranz a special proclamation. Kranz was the guy running the operation when they landed on the moon, which, by the way, is the 50th anniversary is coming up next July. All right, sticking with our space theme now, we're launching a new series today called HTownRuss. That's me, and I'm checking out some of the people, places, and history of Houston. And we're starting with how exactly Houston landed NASA. On my first drive around Houston, I noticed it. I mean, so much of this city revolves around the space industry. We have our sports teams, the Astros, the Rockets. I don't recall ever putting a cow into orbit, but I think I saw it once out at the big airport. Heck, even our graffiti is out of this world. I mean, Houston is Space City because NASA is here, but why did NASA land in Houston? That's what I really wanted to find out. For that answer, we have to go way back to Jack.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
After President Kennedy called that moonshot at Rice University back in '61, NASA needed to build a place to get it done. Where in the world would they build the rockets to carry men to the moon? NASA looked at more than 20 cities across America, but Houston had something none of the others did. Congressman Albert Thomas, his subcommittee controlled NASA's budget. And the congressman also had very powerful friends here in town, like contractor George R. Brown and Humble Oil, now ExxonMobil. Turns out it owned a bunch of land out here around Clear Lake, nearly worthless unless it could be developed. But who would want to live or work 25 miles from downtown Houston? Well, a lot of people, once NASA built here first. So NASA had everything it needed here: land, water, workers, Rice University. But it all wouldn't have happened without a little political juice in D.C. NASA renamed its Manned Spacecraft Center for President Johnson after he died, but maybe Albert Thomas's name should be on the sign out front too. But no matter the name or how NASA landed in Houston in the first place, we've been called Space City ever since.
Houston, we have
no problem here. And yet it all comes down to juice in Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a big, you had to have all the stuff here for it to make sense, but when you have the guy controlling the subcommittee, he helped steer it right here to Houston.
That's one of the things I thought about when we didn't get one of the real space shuttles here. You know, a few years ago, everyone was so upset about that. And some people brought up the point, it was politics that brought NASA here to begin with.
Right.
And it's politics that can keep you from having a real space shuttle.
Right, because if we didn't get a space shuttle, well, who else should get one?
Right.
I mean, NASA's right here.
It still stings, but that's how those politics play out sometimes.
I know.
But it's incredible that we've had so much history here and, you know, so many memories. So I don't know.
And
That was really cool. But I haven't
seen
seen a lot of what you showed, so that was really cool.
That 50th anniversary next year is going to be huge of the moon landing. So.
And how fun was yesterday? The IMC luncheon.
Oh, me! Oh, I was in a room full of astronauts and other. It was just, you know, you feel about this big when you're around those guys.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Really big deal.
Cool,
Good for you. That's awesome. Well,